photo of a dress on the floor, put it onto a model. Oh, wow.
Hello.
That's stunning.
Wowza.
I just wanted to look at previously known and still frequently called Nano Banana, but now I think it's gone into Google Studio as Gemini 2.5 Flash Image. I've had a little play with it and I'm super impressed with what it can do, but I've not really dug into the detail, and it looks to me like it might have a really good application for fashion professionals. But I don't know. Have you had a play? What do you think?
No, I haven't really had a play. I had a quick look at it, but I haven't done a deep dive into it yet. It looks amazing. Of course, there's loads of hype around it. The AI hype, it's all about the banana. But it would be really good to see what it can do. And if we relate that back to the design process, so generally speaking, at the beginning of a season, it's not the same for all brands, but quintessentially, the management team will provide some kind of guidance in terms of line plan, and then the designers have to do their inspiration, their research, and get back to them really quickly with ideas and concepts about the new season. So if this can do what I'm seeing online on social media, it's going to be a game changer. But I think we should test it, right?
Okay. I'll show you briefly the things that I looked at when I was playing with it the other day. And I've lined up a few images as well that maybe you can test with your critical eye and see if you think it's up to scratch. But
yeah, cool.
Earlier, I fed it this picture. So anybody that uses Clo 3D or Style 3D will recognize this kind of image. So if you're designing something and you put the actual pattern pieces, the digital pattern pieces in 2D into something like Style 3D or Clo 3D, it will then do you a quick preview render once you've built all the garment into 3D. It'll preview it and look something like this.
So it's a great design, but a sad mannequin.
Yeah, absolutely. Mm-hmm. So I took that image and I fed it into Gemini 2.5 Flash. Mm-hmm. And I said to it, make this look like a realistic woman and humanize the pose. And then I said, don't change any of the clothes. And I think that that was the first run out of that it gave me. That wasn't sort of 6 runs in or 6 different tries, and it's not been edited either. That's exactly what it gave me. I think that's amazing. So I'll just compare the two side by side.
Yeah, I was just going to say that would be good to see.
Yeah. And just look at that. I can't see any faults with that.
No, it's pretty good. Yeah.
So upon doing that, I then said to it, okay, now put it into a restaurant setting.
Okay.
Which you can see there.
So this would be akin to if you took it and put it into Photoshop and then use the color feature to match it, right? In terms of
so Photoshop's got that new merge feature or something, haven't they? Which does use AI to try and make 2 different objects that weren't in the same scene look harmonized, and it works from the little bit I've played with Photoshop. But I did this in like 8 to 10 seconds. And again, this was the first hit. It just came out and sent me this image. And it's a pretty tricky situation, the restaurant with the lighting in the background.
Yes.
I just love the way it's kind of done her shadow and a little bit of reflection on the shiny floor.
Yeah.
It's brilliant. Yeah. And again, I don't think it's played with the clothing at all, looking at the original reference.
No, it looks the same.
Yeah. So then the third thing I did was I said, okay, now put it into a stately home and change the pose. Make her lean up against the fireplace, which again I think's stunning.
The pose change is great, but the hem is horizontal now, right? It's lost its diagonal pitch.
True. So it looks like it has changed the pattern there. It's not managed to figure out how to make her lean up and lose that pitch there. I can't see anything else that it's broken, but that is something it's obviously broken. So I don't know if reprompting that would get it to fix it.
Well, that would be amazing.
Yeah. Okay. Well, they were my little demos. that just got me excited and thought we should definitely talk about it. We've got a collection of images here that we can try as well. So we'll just dive into it and see what it does.
Yeah.
If nobody's been to Google Studio before, the URL is aistudio.google.com. It's free. You don't have to have a paid Google account to use it.
Amazing.
And they've launched this Flash image 2.5. It seems to be almost unlimited use on a day-by-day basis, but there are some rate limits if you use it too much in one day.
What's the temperature thing on the right?
I've not played with it, to be honest, Pete, but more or less creativity. So we could have a little play with that as well.
Okay.
And just see what that does. But we'll have a go. So, I'll take shall I try and take that last reference image just to see if we can fix it?
Well, yeah.
So I'll just take that and prompt it to see what it can do. How would you phrase the prompt in like a fashion language, Pete?
Okay, so make the hemline diagonal, dropping by 4 inches to the right side, and lifting by 1 inch on the left side. That might be a little bit too much, but
let's see if we can cope.
Yeah.
Okay. And what I've noticed with this is that if you enable Google Drive, it'll save all the chats.
Oh.
But if you don't, then they just become temporary chats, and next time you load the thing, it just goes away. Okay. So we've got
This is all free, right? This is all free?
Yep, all free.
Amazing.
So it says for some reason we've got a safety warning there. I don't know why.
Maybe just say make the hemline slightly diagonal and no measurements.
Just put that lowering on the right hand side.
Yeah. Okay.
And then rerun.
Yeah.
Let's see what it does with that. Well, it's given us a new image, but I can see straight away it's not managed to understand.
So can you drop in one of the other images and say use this as your reference for the hemline adjustment?
Okay, let's try. See what that does. If it doesn't work, we'll move on. We've got another safety rating. What?
Seriously?
I don't know why it's doing that. There should be no reason to block this request as it's an adult model. Because it says at the bottom there you can't do images of children in fully
dressed. Fully clothed. Yeah.
Try again. See if it can do that. If this doesn't work, we'll move on to the other samples.
Yeah. But it's good to know what it will do, because for me, that's the most frustrating thing about Midjourney, are the bots that block things. Has it done it?
So it's accepted the fact that it shouldn't be blocking me, but it hasn't managed to figure out that hemline there. So I wonder, when I was in the process of editing this, I wonder if I'd have kept prompting then, so it had all the references right from the top down, whether that would have managed to make it do it. But it seems that just saying to it, change the hemline to an angle, with these few attempts, I'd give it a real good go if we got unlimited time. But in the interest of not being too boring, I might edit a bit on the end if I get this working after we've finished our chat. But for now, that's a bit of a fail. So let's try a different scenario. I'll start a new chat. And what do you want to try first, Pete?
Well, I want to try the rugby shirt with the sailboat Willie to see
this guy.
Yeah, because I think that this could be a massive aid to graphic designers in terms of being able to throw up quick ideas. So if we were able to convert the graphic of Mickey Mouse and the wheel into an embroidery applique, and apply that to the rugby shirt, that would be a game changer for lots of teams in terms of them being able to communicate ideas and get them over the line. So maybe we should try that.
Shall I just try it all in a single prompt first? Okay, so we've got it. We're wanting it to do 3 things in one prompt.
There's quite a lot,
Interesting.
to be honest.
Yeah. So we're wanting it to make it look like embroidery. We want it to make it add color and then add it onto this second photo here. So we'll see what it does. I did read that some people had had success by, if they got multiple things they wanted to combine into one image, they would put them all into Photoshop first and create a single image with all the different references. And then it seemed to do a better job than uploading separate images, but we'll give it a go. Ooh, this could be positive. Look at that.
Oh my God.
It's done it.
Okay. Well, that's a game changer. That is definitely a game changer, because it would take a graphic designer, even at a push, it would take them an hour to sort a new graphic out. And, it can take them days, because it's a creative process and they want it to be right. They want it to look realistic. If they are talking to one of the management team or the product line managers, and they're saying, hey, I want to do these Mickey Mouse embroideries on the rugby shirts, and the manager is saying, no, I don't like the idea of that, and so, well, I can put it together and show you,
Right.
more or less what it would look like. That would be so helpful to so many graphics departments, like, really. Yeah.
It's crazy, isn't it? And it's not changed the guy's face. It's not messed up any of the other parts of the clothing. It's kept all the Venice in the background. It seems to be doing what a Photoshop artist would do. It would leave the rest of the image alone and just change the bits that it needs to change.
That is really huge. In fact, I'm going to work on this this afternoon. Some things that I'm working on. That is really revolutionary.
Yeah. Just for interest, I mean, I'm not the style guru here, but it looks a bit big. So I wonder if we could just say to it,
Made the graphic smaller?
Yeah. Make the graphic smaller by 25%. No, 50%. We'll go
50%.
Just so we can tell. Yeah. Oh, it's failed. It's failed to shrink its size. I'm not sure if it's shrunk at all. Make the Mickey Mouse applique smaller.
But seriously, for all the graphics gurus and teams that I know, they're going to be all over this, because this is such a time saver and a great tool for communication.
Okay, so it's not done it there either.
No.
You get this sort of instant, it's almost like you get this instant gratification of, oh, wow, I can't believe it's done that. And then when you just want to tweak a hemline or make the graphic smaller, that feels so simple compared to the really difficult bit that it achieved a moment ago. The simple bit seems like it's...
You're right. But it is early days, and I'm sure they'll figure it out. The thing is that you could make that applique embroidery separate, and actually then resize it and apply it to the model yourself. But it's good to know that it can't. Well, it's not doing it for us right now.
Yeah, I think with a few more prompts, I feel like, because it is so incredible, with a few more prompts, you could probably do it. But in the interest of not making this podcast last forever, we'll leave it there and say definitely a success, but that final tweak of adjustment, and that's sometimes where Photoshop, that gives you that full control, would probably help here, because if that was on a separate layer, you could just shrink it down and it would work. But because you can't touch this or point or do anything, you can only describe, it seems to struggle a bit. All right, shall we try some of the others that you
the next one? What have you got?
What about the black and white ones that you had?
If we could change because the model's face on the first one is quite dodgy. She looks like she's had a great night out. And if we could replace her with this model as a reference, that would make it easier to go to the management team to sell an idea around a look. I think this is, there's a lot of talk about photographers losing their jobs and everything, and everyone's anti-AI because of that. But actually, this could be great for photographers because they can go to a client and say, this is what I'm thinking of in terms of the look, the feel, the vibe, these sorts of poses, this sort of lighting, and this sort of model. Oh, that's terrible.
That's not ideal, is it?
That is terrible. Wow.
Okay. I'm not going to say replace. I'm going to say change and see if that makes a difference. It also was the first hit. So that's not worked, has it?
No. Okay. I mean, this should work. We've seen stuff like this on social media. So
Yeah.
couldn't it be just change the model?
Change the model.
No, it's the same reference.
So how else could we prompt this?
Using the portrait image, update the full body with the new model look aesthetic, new model aesthetic.
Okay. It's weird, isn't it? Some of the things that it's doing and you go, wow, how did you do that? And then what seems to be a fairly basic head swap, it struggles with. I don't think it's...
No, it looks worse, in fact.
Yeah, it seems like it's made our eyes... Okay, let's class that as a fail.
Yeah.
And what about if we wanted to change anything else? So it can't swap her head for some reason. Are there any other changes that you'd want to give a go?
Well, then we've got a puffy sleeve, so add a tight cuff to the puffy sleeve. Yeah.
Uh-huh. So it's definitely changed the sleeve. It's not messed the rest of the image up.
Okay.
Given a very sort of oversized puff. And it's left the sleeves fairly puffy, I'd say, or certainly oversized.
Yeah, it's not great, but it's doing it. But it does it in the same way that GPT does it.
Okay.
In terms of output, it's okay. It's not really final presentation worthy, but it's interesting to see.
Yeah, I sometimes think that's that thing around, you've got a version in your mind you want it to do, and you've given it 7 words to try and interpret what's in your mind. So sometimes I wonder if that's just the prompt rather than the model. I mean, that is a tight cuff, and those are puffy sleeves in one sense.
Yeah, I mean that's better actually because it does match the collar, and also you probably turn that into a shabby double cuff, if it were real. So yeah, that's better.
Yeah,
although her face looks still weird.
Yeah, I mean, I'm using the distorted face that we messed up from the first prompt, to be honest.
Yeah.
Having said that, I think this original image is probably an AI image, isn't it?
It is.
So
it's all
she was a bit messed.
Yeah.
The eyes are always the giveaway, aren't they? In a lot of the old original models.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, we got a bit of something out of that. Is there anything that you wanted to try? Were we talking about line drawings or sketches and things before?
Oh, if it could make line drawings of the shirt and the skirts, it would just be interesting to see how it interprets that, or rather what it's, I suppose not comprehension, but comprehension of what that is. Because a lot of people online are talking about this model having an understanding of what things are. So I don't know if that's just AI marketing. I'd like to see.
Yeah. Everything comes with so much hype when anything's released. And this model definitely has had a lot of hype. But from the testing I did originally, it was definitely worth that hype in many ways. So let's see what it's done with this. Okay, well, that is a kind of a line drawing. But I asked for a flat 2D line drawing, and I'd say that it's tried to make that look 3D.
Actually quite like that. But if it could do, if you say a tech pack 2D flat line drawing.
Certainly Tech Pack is definitely sort of like industry specific, isn't it? So it'd be interesting to see if it understands more what we mean.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Okay. Well, actually, that's pretty nice. But we didn't say separate them into two drawings, so that's pretty nice. I mean, the holy grail of all of this would be if you could take that and put it into Illustrator and into a file format that you could actually use into a vector format.
Yeah.
Because it does take so long to draw up each design as a flat drawing.
Yeah.
And it's great to see a rendering like this. It's brilliant. But if you have to redraw it, what's the point? So
what shall I just say convert this into a vector image? See what it does.
Sure.
I suspect it won't do it because most of the models that I've seen have sort of purpose built if they do vector images.
Yeah.
And all the normal models just focus on bitmaps. It's a JPEG. Disappointing. Yeah, so unfortunately that is a JPEG. Okay, well, it successfully did what we asked it to do from a pretty tricky image. And I think on that image, yeah, see how the skirt there has got that little V section as it folds over? It got that. Oops.
Yeah. Yeah, it's definitely going to be helpful to lots of designers sort of convert ideas more quickly. But it isn't really useful in terms of the full process because they have to build tech packs. If they're not using Clo 3D or Style 3D, they've still got to build those tech packs. So that would be something that somebody should figure out. How to do that, how to convert these images into vector files.
And yeah, I don't know if be interesting to come back in a year's time. I don't know if you could truly replace having the real 2D pattern that then is turned into line drawings that then is modeled in 3D. And then all the other stuff you do off the back of that with AI. Great. But for tech packs and precision making real clothes, it feels to me like you'll always need the pattern and the 3D model. So I don't. We'll see. We'll see.
That's definitely what has to happen.
Yeah, I wanted to just try this one, Pete. So the other week we were testing some software where it said it could turn a photo of a dress on the floor and put it onto a model.
Yeah, I remember.
So, I'll give it the same dress actually that I gave the last model, and if anybody's not seen that, you can go and look at the previous podcast that Pete and I did reviewing Boutique's software. So that's the reference image I gave it. It's a pretty difficult reference image. You'll see that there's a lot of creases and wrinkles in the dress. It's on an angle. So it's quite a tricky request to then try and put that. And I'll give it this reference model image. So we'll see how it does to that. So what shall we say? Put the blue
dress on this woman.
On this woman. Okay. Oh, wow.
Okay.
Wow.
Okay. It's captured some of the texture. It thinks it's a knit, doesn't it? Let's have a look at that. Can you zoom into that, the blue dress?
It has got a bit of texture on it.
Yeah, it does.
But it's got the crossover bit there.
Yeah.
Wow.
That's pretty good.
That's incredible. Well, and it's perfectly put her hair back over it.
Yeah. Yeah, that's really good.
That's stunning. And it's got the shoulder correct and the seam line around there. I'm impressed with that.
That's really good for anyone selling on Depop. Who's got themselves a store or on eBay. That's a great little trick for them.
It's stunning, isn't it?
Yeah.
What about if we then say, see if it can do that?
Yeah, okay.
Because basically, if it can remember how long the dress was, and then it would make up the rest of the image because the original never even had the rest of her body on it.
Yeah.
That would be stunning. Ah, no.
No.
Okay, didn't do that.
So show full length dress on model. Hello.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Wowza.
That's amazing.
That's really handy.
I am so impressed with that.
That is really handy.
And even, if it's stable enough, even for, e-com stores that have got, maybe they've invested in flat photography for all of their garments or ghost mannequin photography. And then they go, we want to do some styled images for social media.
Yeah.
Rather than having to retake them, they just keep the garment 2D flats that they've got, the ghost mannequins that they've got, and just then style up, change the background, change the pose, change the model, and they've got social media pics.
Yeah, absolutely.
Crazy.
Absolutely. If they've got their in-house models as well, or specific models they like to use, they can strike a deal with the model to use their likeness.
Yeah.
And then put the clothes in to change the clothing onto them. That's really good. That's really good, because I know that a lot of people in the industry that I've spoken to have spoken about e-com photography and how they're trying to figure out how to make that process work better, because it's very expensive and time consuming. So this would help in certain aspects for sure.
Absolutely. And as you say, there's a lot to think about in terms of making sure that it's fair for the model and that the compensation for those. I don't know.
I think that if you're licensing somebody's likeness and they've got personality and character within their face and features and frame, then it's just a simple royalty for each time their image is used, and that's good for everybody, to be honest.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. All right. Well, that was really good. There's one more here I could see that we've got to try and see what it makes of it, Pete. You've got this Fashion Guild pattern that actually we built some time ago, didn't we, for another video in Style 3D, and we took this bikini pattern piece and then modeled it into 3D and just did a quick render with a ghost mannequin. So what's the idea here to try out? Do you want me to just feed it the 3D model?
My biggest niggy thing is that the AI bots just ban anything that's sort of skin-tastic. So if you're doing lingerie, swimwear, anything that is slightly revealing in terms of cut, it completely bans it. It's so frustrating. So if I'm not that hopeful based on what it did before, but if we can get past the bot, then that would be great.
Okay. That's true, actually. It seems to, even at the beginning of this video, we just kept getting content blocked. But interestingly, once I said to it, no, allow this through, it's saved, then it did. So that's really amazing. That it almost understands, okay, maybe I was a bit too strict there with the policies or whatever. Ignore this. I've uploaded the HD reference again by mistake, so I'm going to remove that when it lets me. But we'll start prompting. So what did we say before? Just
apply this gym set to this woman. Set.
Okay. Oh, gym.
Yeah.
Set, thank you.
Yeah.
Right, there we go. I can remove the HD one. So we'll see what it does. My bet is we're going to get a no.
Well, it'll be blocked for sure.
Yes, as we thought. So,
and why is that? That's because the AI will create something and think, hey, hello, let's do something saucy, and then it blocks itself.
Yeah, maybe. Let's try again then. So this.
No.
Okay.
Will it answer questions?
No, let's try. What do you want to ask?
Why is this content blocked?
Oh yeah, look, it replies. I'm unable to create this image. Is there something else I can help you with?
Okay, well maybe just put the bikini set in, the undies set in, just that image as a chat, and just say put this on a model.
Ah,
Interesting.
So that's bizarre, isn't it? We gave it a very normal picture of a fully dressed model there, and it said no, no, no. And then as soon as you say, okay, then just put it on any model, it's done it. And it's put her in a gym setting.
Yay.
So has it spelled the Fashion Guild correctly in every placement? It has.
It has, yeah. Yeah.
And that is a pretty incredible image.
Yeah. Yeah, that's good.
Wow.
Yeah, that's a winner. Okay. It's going to be really, really helpful for designers to get their ideas across, because often the decision makers can't really imagine what the garment will look like on a person. So this is really handy. I know there's like some, because of the chest, the drop is slightly more curved than than that, but it's pretty close. I mean, it's pretty close.
Yeah, it's stunning, and it's really clever. I don't know if you noticed where we've written the Fashion Guild, which fashion is more towards the side.
Yeah.
When it reinterpreted it, it's put the Fashion Guild across the middle, which is really interesting.
Can it do a back view?
Oh, really good question. Let's have a look. We'll make this the last challenge for it.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow. I'm surprised. I thought it would block it.
So am I. That's crazy. And all the text is, all the text correct.
It's very good.
Really good. Really, really good. I'm so impressed. So, what do you think? What's your hot take on it? Can people use it?
I think it's early days, but for the industry, for designers, this is so useful. It's so useful to communicate quick ideas, and the design process is always squeezed by management. Just a note to the managers out there, don't always squeeze that time. So designers are under enough pressure, but this will really help them because they can throw up quick ideas and make sure they're on the right path for the brand. So it's awesome. Also, I'm going to play around with this later. This is fun.
Yeah, me too.
And it's free.
Yeah, that's the thing. It's completely free. Yes, there are some limitations on use, but I know there are ways around that by using the model from other sites and other tools as well. Some are free, some are paid. So if people have got like a free pick account, they'll be able to access this model from there if they've used all their credits up for the day on Google Studio. But I think we've only touched the surface on the use cases as well. I can just see how amazing this would be for anyone who's using Style 3D, Clo 3D, to render, and then they could use all the other tools that are built into all these other softwares, or they could just render ghost mannequins out of the exact clothing like we've done here with the bikini, and then create backgrounds, models, poses, get consistent models like you said with the right licensing and agreements for the actual model. Cool. Okay, fab. Cool. All right. Well, hopefully that was enjoyable for everyone to just watch and experience real time as we kind of reviewed this new model. We're doing loads more like this in future with custom models, custom platforms, custom software. They're not a how-to guide. These are just Pete and I's opinions. Mine from kind of a techie side, and Pete from his years of experience in fashion and how you could apply these models to the fashion industry. So please share the video to just help us get word out that we've started this new series. Visit thefashionguild.com if you're interested to know more. You can join the Fashion Guild for free, and follow us to look out for more videos in future. Okay, Pete and I have just finished the podcast. And as you saw at the beginning of the podcast, we really struggled to get that hemline on the first dress to be asymmetric when we put it into that sort of fireplace, stately home setting. So I just want to show you, I tried again as soon as we finished because I was convinced it should be able to do it. I fed it this initial image that it generated the first time, which was spectacular. And I basically just tweaked the prompt to say, put this lady into a room of a stately home, change her pose so she's leaning on the fireplace for a photo shoot. Keep all the dress details the same, including the very clear and strong asymmetric bottom hemline from left to lower right-hand side. And it's created this stunning photo of this dress, perfect in all its details, including an asymmetric hemline, which again, don't forget, she is leaning that way. So if she stood up straight, that would be an even stronger asymmetric hemline. I think that's probably how that would fall in reality. So it does work. You just have to get your prompt right and just try a couple more times maybe for special features like that. But really chuffed that we got this working, and it's made me even more excited to try more features and to give it more use cases to try.